Hello everyone, Gigs here once again, and welcome to my new series, FTB Academy. Now, this is a mod pack. It's designed as an introduction for people new to mod packs. Now, I have played mod packs before. I played Project Ozone. I played a couple of other smaller mod packs, not overly in depth, and I didn't see them through to the end, but I've dabbled a little bit. But the thing I always struggle on is following a lot of the mods, understanding the mods, and what I'm hoping is that through doing this mod pack I'll learn a little bit more. I thought I'll take you guys on that journey with me and let's see how this pans out. So you'll see down in the bottom right hand corner, this is a 1.12.2 mod pack. I don't know if it was originally that and whether or not they've upgraded it throughout time, or whether or not it's always been 1.12.2. Obviously you can play it on a server, so there can be multiplayer, but we're going to be doing it through single player. There are a lot of mods in here, so we've got all the mods in here. Not all of these are mods that you do things with. Some of them are environmental and bits and pieces like that. But we'll have a look. Like some of them I recognise the names, like Britannia. Redstone Flux, I don't know if that's an actual mod or whether or not it's just stuff that happens with Redstone Flux. They've got the chisel thing, crafting tweaks, so thermal foundation. See, dynamic trees, that's more of an environmental thing. So some interesting things there. So I don't know how much the Academy goes through the learning process of this until it sends you off to do your own thing within it. Keep in mind also with mod packs that sometimes the mod makers will adjust or alter the recipes for things. So a recipe for something within this mod pack to build the exact same thing in another mod pack could be completely different. But I think the idea behind this is to introduce you to mods and introduce you into the way of being able to do things. So I don't think that they would make anything overly too hard. So we need to create a new world, and we're gonna the game mode survival. Now I always turn cheats on, not so that I can cheat, but just so if something does happen, we can fix things. So from a world type, we can go default, super flat, large biomes, amplified, customized, realistic, interesting, and default. So it doesn't look like there's a skyblock option for this, which is fine. I thought there might have been a skyblock option, but we're happy with this. So let's create our new world. And you're going to hear traffic in this, I'm sorry. Every so often I am recording this during daytime hours, which sometimes there's traffic. I am looking to move my setup somewhere else, into another room, which might help reduce some of that stuff. This is interesting. Welcome to the FTB Academy. We've got a book. Right click the quest book to begin the school. Hi, my boy. What's this? This mod pack has a lot of quests to help teach you how to play. To open them, click the button in the top left of the inventory or use the quest book. Okay, so that's that one there. We can also set a hotkey for that, I think. So, okay, so we've done that. So you want me to click on that? Left click on a quest to open it. Most quests are invisible until they are unlocked. Dark grey quests are locked even if they're visible. Now this is kind of basic stuff and I do understand this, but we'll still go through it. And obviously it might force you to do some of this. You kind of don't want to skip anything, because even though we might know it, it could lead to something else that we don't know, and therefore I'd be skipping something I need to know. You have to finish every task for quest to complete. Hover over the task to see what you have to do. Some quests have rewards after the quest is completed that you can claim by clicking. And I love the reward part of quests, and a lot of the rewards tend to take you from what you're currently doing to help assist you with the next thing, or to help you improve the thing that you just done. And sometimes they're not related at all. You find a lot of the early quests, especially Skyblock quests, tend to give you things to help you expand your little initial island and to get moving on your island. And the initial quests tend to guide you throughout the game. So the initial quests tend to be things like, getting your stone, getting your dirt, getting your lava, all that sort of stuff that then helps you expand your island and build upon it as you go. Welcome to FTB Academy. This mod pack's designed. Quests will guide you step by step. So step on step on how to progress through the most common mods, and it will work best with a guide. So doing the quests along with a guide is going to help us learn more and more. So it's a good idea to, let's click the book to continue. There we go. Okay. Boop. What are we doing? Oh, here we go. Little arrows there. Okay. Boop. When a quest is complete, the next quest will unlock. Yeah, so basically you have to do this one before that one unlocks. Sometimes it unlocks one, sometimes it unlocks many. And sometimes it'll be something on this page that needs to be completed before you can do something on another page. So that's fine. Once you've completed the schools, several more chapters will be unlocked. You can open them by clicking on them from the chapter list and from the quest menu. So here you can see also how it goes off into different tangents. That one goes directly to the iron, up to the crafting table, or you can go down onto these ones here. So it's like almost like a choose your own adventure. So you can choose to go up, across, down, whichever way you want to go. Some chapters may have sub-chapters, which you can open by hovering over the main menu, then clicking the sub-chapter from the drop-down. Now, I've never seen this before. So this would be, I'm used to seeing the menus down the side, but I'm not used to seeing sub-menus. That may be common or not common. Maybe people didn't like the way that worked. Who knows? And maybe they all went with down the side ones, but I'm used to, down the side ones. But that's cool to know that you can also have those type. So that's that. Okay, exit tutorial. No? Okay, yes. Boop. Welcome to FTB Academy, learn how quests work. So we did that. We click the check mark. Oh Lord, that's close up. Okay. Oh, it's designed to be close up. Okay, that's right. This is more the tutorial. Resetting the school. In case you get stuck somehow, you can use the reset school button to generate a new school and restart the quest. That's good to know. I hope there's nothing that you can get majorly stuck on that causes you to do that. If you don't want to sit through the tutorial, you can click the quit school button and go straight to the overworld and begin playing normally. Okay, yep. So you've got to go through the tutorial and then you can go out and just play. Okay. I don't know in this series whether or not I'll go beyond the tutorial and play out in the outer world. I didn't plan on getting overly involved in playing on this. I really just wanted to do the series as a bit of a, I suppose, a look around them and getting to understand the mod packs a little bit more. Because there are some mod packs that I'm not as au fait with. Okay, so we've done that. So now we have item and recipe searching. Learn how to use the JEI. Now, modern Minecraft has a lot of new blocks and items, which we know. There's like a heap of things. So the JEI, which is the just enough items, helps make that easier. So it is basically, in vanilla Minecraft you have the recipe book, in modern Minecraft you have the JEI, and the JEI is so much easier to use than the crafting book because, number one, it has every recipe in there. So you don't just have to have the items in your hand in order to be able to see what the, or having had enough of the blocks in order to be able to see the recipe. You can just see all the recipes. Where it gets complicated is there are lots of different ways in order to get an item. It's not always just a one-for-one sort of thing. It's so sometimes you have to be really thorough in your searching when you go to make something to make sure that you've covered all the bases, to make sure you are using the best approach or the easiest approach for yourself in order to go through them. So we're on the right side of the inventory is a list of every block. Yes. Hovering over one and hitting R will show you its recipe. Hitting U will show you what recipes it uses. I normally use my mouse button, so I click on my left mouse, which shows me the recipe, and my right mouse, which shows me what recipes it is contained in. The bottom of the inventory is a search bar, which is great. Double click the search bar to search for that item in your inventory. Oh, I didn't know that, so there you go. Boop. Yep, so here we go here. So this is it, basically looking at your different crafting recipes for wood. And yeah, it's saying press R, but again, I left click it, so this is quite good. So inside of this tutorial, you can actually get quite in depth into the different things. And so this is the so this is all talking about the different ways of being able to make something. So this is the classic way, the easy crafting stuff, where you're just using a crafting table in order to get planks. Obviously we've put in wood and we can get planks. It's an interesting, I think that screenshot's wrong. I think there should be like 16 wood to get that, but I could be wrong though. That could be compressed wood or something that we can't see. And then you'll see you've got these little tabs up the top here, and as we go down here you'll see like it's clicking on the sawmill there, and you can see that if you put a boat into the sawmill, that you will get planks and you'll also get sawdust. This part here means that sawmill requires energy. So just helps let you know that it requires additional things on top of just putting that in there. And you can see that some of them can get quite complex. This is what wood makes. So if you right clicked or you press the U button, you would see all the recipes that contain planks. Now this would be oak wood planks only, I think. If you clicked on oak wood planks, you would just get the oak wood planks. So and then you can see all the different things up here that would utilize planks in its crafting or smelting potentially. I mean, that looks like it's a smelting thing. These things here are just different, I suppose, crafting benches and things. They don't necessarily relate to any of this. But if you click on anything on this side, you can see the recipe to build that particular thing. And you can see there's like one of 28 pages in order to craft it. If you want to move through these, you can click on the button itself, or you can click the side button that takes you all through it. So kind of cool. Yeah, so we can see here it's as a fuel. That's a fuel thing. It'll smelt 1.5 items. So I'm not reading all of this, but so sometimes the recipes are liquid. The recipes that use fluids will display the amount in millibuckets, and 1,000 millibuckets is 1 bucket of the fluid. Now generally, there are other ways of moving fluids and bits and things, but generally if it's a bucketed thing and you want to put it into a bucket, you can only move the 1,000 millibuckets. So you have to have 1,000 millibuckets built up in that tank or smelter or whatever in order to transfer that item across. This is just the searching thing. Search for nearby spawning blocks to see where they spawn. Huh. See, I've never looked at this sort of stuff. That's interesting. This here is loot that you find inside of the dungeon. Sometimes you find that in that little part up the tier. You might see loot bags or dungeon loot, and it's just showing you that that's where you would find that item. Sometimes they'll show you percentages when you hover over it, so you know what percentage is the weighted for that to be able to appear in a chest. This is just saying that while you're hovering over it, if you click the A button, it puts the item here. So things that you make a lot of the time, you can save them as favourite recipes over there. The wrench next to the search bar opens, so that'll wrench there. That opens the config menu. And yeah, so if you hover over an item, then written below it is normally the name of the mod. And if you want to search for everything as part of that mod, you can actually go, like for thermal foundation, you can go at thermal foundation to pick up anything that is involved with that particular mod. So cool. I know that was quite involved sort of explanation, but that's kind of what it was. So let's go back into our quest. We clicked that. So quest, you see up in the corner we got quest completed, item and recipe searching. So we've done that there. Looks like we've gone into, are we back into the JEI part again? We've gone back into the same, I know. So it looks like it's sort of going through the whole whole part over here again. You can click on the iron chest, shows what mod it's from, shows you how to create it. So you can see here there's different recipes as to how you can approach and make things. So this item here, for example, this iron chest, you can make it with iron around a chest, or you could make it with, I think it's a copper chest with glass and 4 iron. So if you already had a copper chest, you could then upgrade it. And sometimes quests will take you through the progression where you need to make a copper chest, get your reward, then make the iron chest and get your reward, and then and you'll see there are upgrades here. So then you've got, you know, there's a gold one there. I don't know what the other one will be. There might be a silver one, a diamond one. So sometimes there's progression in going up from one chest to the other. You got this, some items have information. So sometimes it'll tell you about stuff. So you can click on that and it will tell you information about it. Not every item has an information tab, only some. Okay. So it looks like these are the things that we can, blocks and energy use to craft the item using these recipes. I could be wrong, but, oh, that's a creative chest. Yeah, no, maybe that is correct. I've not always found that everything that I can do there works that way, but I could be wrong. So basically another thing as well is sometimes you'll see when you're hovering on this, and they've not shown the animation for this, but sometimes things like that chest, because see all these chests here, they're all made out of the different woods, so it's not just one style of chest. If this will accept any type of wooded chest or any type of chest, it'll cycle through those in the animation. You'll see that animation cycling through. If it specifically wants just a jungle chest, then it will only show the jungle chest and it will only accept the jungle chest. So so you can, so if you're in this item as well, if you're in this here, you can even click on the iron bar. So if you were in this part here and you were going, okay, how do I get iron? You can actually click on the iron within this crafting menu and it will then take you to the different ways you can get iron. And you can see up here you've got all the different machines, as I said before, the different machines that will make it. If there is more than one page, you'll see the little sign up there, or again, you can just keep on clicking through there. And you'll see there's different ways of getting iron. So if you're not new to modded and you know modded, this stuff is all fairly basic. If you're new to modded, then this is handy stuff to know. Yep, and if you're inside the correct crafting area for this, so if it's a 2x2, obviously, and you're in your own inventory, you'll be able to move things down. If this was a 3x3 and you were in your normal crafting grid, you wouldn't be able to move items because you're not in a proper crafting area. But if you're inside of a crafting bench, then you would be able to move it, and it will automatically take the stuff from your inventory and put them into the crafting bench. If you don't have items, usually it shows up in red, but it again depends on the mod pack. Mod pack to mod pack, again, things can be different. So here you go, you see it would go instantly into your crafting table GUI. Okay. Yes. Boop. You see now we're heading on up into storage. So this looks like it's a lot of, I mean, I thought maybe they would actually get you to make this stuff. Interesting that they don't. So this seems to be Be interesting to, there seems to be two different styles to approaching this. There's the read more, and then there's just the, oops, no. Oh, enter the storage room, so you have to enter the storage room. Okay, so we'll read more. So basically there's lots of different ways to store things. There's your standard chests. These are drawers, which are really good at storing single items or multiples of single items. So you can get a single drawer, which will only hold one type of item, but you can hold stacks and stacks of them, and you can upgrade the amount that it can hold. This is a 2x1 drawer, so it's still the one drawer, but it can hold two different items, but it will only be half the volume of a single drawer. And then you get the same here, where you've got a 2x2, so also 4 little drawers within the one, so you can store 4 different items, but again, from a full drawer of just one item, these are only 25% or quarters of the storage room. But again, you can upgrade them, and you can upgrade them enough that how much you can put in there is just ridiculous amounts, way more than what a single chest would ever hold. So these different chests, so the iron, the gold, the diamond, is it crystal that one's called? I can't remember. Then the obsidian one. These have ridiculous amount of, as that goes up, the storage capacity just gets bigger and bigger. So again, way more than even a double chest worth. Refined storage. Now, I've only just recently learned how to do refined storage, and I made this. I'm not very au fait on it, and I need to get better with it. But this is basically like a computer. So if you consider these filing cabinets, this is like moving things from a hard copy filing cabinet to digital storage. So you can put a lot more stuff in here. You've got drives that allow a little bit like your own hard drive, which allows how much space you can put into them, or how much stuff you can put into that space. There's different ways of controlling it. It's like your little your controllers and crafting tables, automatic crafters and things like that. So that can get quite complex, that mod. Fluid storage, these are tanks where you can put fluid into. Now, I've never played around with it, but I think you can put fluid storage into this as well. And these are special ender chests that you can store things into them, but you can also move things. So these are taking, you can see this cobble there. These are taking things. So in this one here, it is taking cobblestone out of here, and it is turning it into whatever that is inside of that tank. On this side here, it looks like, actually maybe that's the other way around. Maybe it's putting it's a cobblestone generator, it's putting cobble into there, and then this one here is taking out the cobblestone and turning it into lava inside of there. That's probably what it is. That's what it looks like to me. So very interesting. Okay, so we want to go into here and go into the storage room. Okay, and here we go. We've got the different... Okay, so this is quite cool. So again, you've got your normal chest. You get an upgrade there. I wonder if I can take these. So wood to iron chest upgrade. So if you use these upgrades, you can click them. I think it's shift right click. Or can I just right click? Oh no, there we go. So just right clicked it, and you can see how much more space you've got there. You can create those upgrades. So that what that means is that if you've placed a whole heap of chests with items inside of it, you obviously don't want to have to take all those items out, break the chest in order to upgrade it. You can actually make those upgrades and then just upgrade them. Again, you can see that's got a heaps more storage. These are storage crates. I love these storage crates. Again, way more storage, and you can get these in 3 sizes, so small, medium, large. This is the small. The medium goes into 2 pages, and I think the large into 3. But the medium and the large get quite expensive to make. Oh, what have we got in here? I don't know. Still got an arrow on that, but we've already done that. These are the drawers, as I said, so that's like the single drawer. And if you look at that little number down the bottom, so inside of this, there is 2048. Take the wood to iron chest, upgrade out of the chest. I already did that. Do I need to... So this is sometimes, oops, where, see, that's blocking my little quest line thingy. I did that. Oh, there we go, there's the next quest. We did that. There's no rewards, we completed that. Sometimes this can be a bit fun too. This is the storage drawers. So it looks like this tutorial you can read through a lot more things, but it's a little bit stuck on, and this can happen sometimes too within quests, is it if you do things too quickly or you hurry through them, sometimes it doesn't register things, and now it seems to get stuck on that. That's okay, we can go through this still. So this is the drawers, and this is where I can take items out of it. I can put items, so left clicking takes an item out of it. If I shift click, you'll see I took the whole stack. When I right click, it puts back the whole stack. So I can get as many as I want, and if I double right click, so you see I've got a whole heap. If I double right click, I can put it all back again. Now it seems to be picking up. So right click, so this one here is a compacting drawer. So we didn't see that in the earlier one. So compacting drawers essentially allow you to compact things if you're able to. So you see that this says we've got 80 nuggets, 8 ingots, and no blocks. Now if we click that, if I click it a few times, you'll see that number of ingots goes down, and that's because essentially it's still the one set of items. It's just the fact that if I have 81 of these in there, I can make 9. And then if I put that back in there, you can see that I can make 1 block. And if I remove the block, then it goes back to 0. And you can see that I'm completing quests by doing all of this stuff. And that's obviously probably part of the tutorial stuff. So it is annoying that this stuff is kind of stuck on the screen though, because it is hiding the, oops. It is hiding the quest book there, but luckily we do have the quest book here, and I can. How can I collect the rewards? It says no rewards. Again, because this is up in the corner there. Is that my collecting things? I don't know. Now it's wanting us to go at refined storage. Again, more traffic noise. This is the fluid tanks, but this is your refined storage as well. Okay, so it's given us this 1K storage disk, which is probably, it may be giving us automatically the rewards. So we've got this 1K storage disk, and you'll say it's asking us to put it in here. So if I click on here, you can see, now I don't know what that part does. It may be for things you put in there, maybe directly, I don't know, maybe upgrades. This is maybe fluid storage, I guess we'll find out. But this is our 1K storage disk. So you can get upgraded storage disks. You get the 1K, 4K, 16, and then 64. So if we put the 1K disk in there, just, oh, okay, so it's got 1 of 1K there. There's also a priority button. So there's a lot of stuff here that I don't understand and what to do with. I'm hoping as we go through this tutorial we'll learn more on it. And you can see now that little disk drive is there. The screen allows you to access items as stored in the disks, which themselves are stored in disk drives. Yep, so this is, you can see there's a bucket in there. There's also a little crafting grid in here. So if you clicked on something over here and it gave you the recipe, So you can go move items. You can see there's no items in there. Looks like this particular system isn't showing you the things you don't have. But that is, if I had those items inside of here, I would be able to move them into here, into that grid. It has a balance grid, so I could put some items in here, and if it's got like 10 there and 1 there and 5 there, if I click that balance grid, it'll even out all the stuff across the board there, which is kind of cool. Clearing it will take it down into your inventory. Clicking this clear button sends it back into this area here, and rotating it will just rotate the recipe inside of there. Okay, so it wants us to take the bucket out from the grid. Boop, done. Okay, so now it wants us to take out some water out of that tank. Boop, and put water into there. So that is essentially how you would move your fluids from one to the other. So you can do it like that, or there are also pipes that you can use that will transfer liquid to different things, as well as that there. Now this has already been going for 31 minutes, so it looks like the next area is for us to go to the... Oh, it took our bucket from us. Interesting. Looks like the next section for us to go to is technology and automation. So I'm actually going to leave things here. I don't know how long each of these episodes is going to go. I was going to try and keep it around the 20-minute mark, but in reality, 30 minutes is not too bad for our first one. But we'll see. As per the diversity 3 episodes, I said I would keep them to 20 minutes, and some went lower, some went higher. We'll just see how it actually flows. But I hope that you have enjoyed, close up, hope you've enjoyed this introduction to Feed the Beast Academy. I really hope that as we get through this, there will be more that I learn. So at the moment, I know a lot of the stuff because it's the basic modded stuff. I hope as we go on further, it will get more in depth. For example, the refined storage, it showed it to us, but it didn't show us anything about making it or assembling it. So I'm kind of hoping that we'll get more into that as we go down further. But I guess we'll find out as we sort of go out there. And then as we transfer to the real world, what additional information the game will give us, or is it just going to turn into a normal world? Who knows? But until the next episode of Feed the Beast Academy, you have a great day.